break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at the beautiful stars, I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. I wanna drive a faster car, lay my troubles to rest, blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Look at the beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes.
I don't think there could be a more appropriate song for the Rebellious Business Show. Just saying, I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to something the breaks. I'm going to be myself. Something and all of that stuff and all the lyrics that I can't remember. They were just so rebellious.
Did a great job there, babe. Great. Love the lyrics.
Welcome, everybody, to the Rebellious Business Show. This is Caroline Antonia, my beautiful, beautiful business partner and best friend. And this is me. Hi, I'm Cordelia, Caroline's best friend. And we are, well, I don't know what we are, Caroline. What are we, darling? I just feel like it's changing, you know? It's adjusting. I can't. Come on.
We are the owners. We're the co-owners of Rebellious Business, and we focus on bringing rebels together. We provide, lost my voice there. We provide tips, tricks, training, support, and of course, most importantly, an amazing community of service-based rebels. And what makes you a rebel? If you're a business owner, you're a rebel because you know you're going against the grain. You've said no.
Actually, I would say actually, if you're in the Rebellious Business Network, you are officially a rebel. That's for me, that's what makes it. I'm like, well, you know, yeah, what makes it a rebel? Yes, okay, business owner, yeah, all right, yeah, fine. But are you in the Rebellious Business Network?
Yes.
That is important.
And you earn your rebellious stripes by bare minimum being in the Rebellious Business Network. So actually, let's get a link for that. If you would like to join the rebels in the Rebellious Business Network, where your home is, then here, let me get that link.
Come join your homies in your home. Yeah, thanks, Caroline. Well, welcome to anyone joining for the first time. This is our show, and it's great to have you tuning in. You're probably going to think, what on earth is going on? These two are absolutely mental. And I just want to let you know that this is intended to be a midweek pick-me-up. And I can't say that without acknowledging the fact that times in the Rebellious Business Network at the moment, for those of you that have been with us a while and have been a part of this community for a while, there was a post that I put into the network yesterday And I know that that has touched a lot of you. And I just want to give each and every single one of you a massive virtual hug and send you some love. And if you haven't seen that, make your way over to the network at some point today. But yeah, just want to acknowledge that without going into it. Big love to all of you. When Caroline says we bring people together and we build communities, like that is the very essence of our business existence, is to create a space for you guys to feel like you're not in this on your own, because you don't need to be. And that's why we're here. But just keeping in alignment with the intention of the show, regardless of what anybody is going through, everyone can always do with a midweek pick me up. And that's what we intend to do here today, is bring some fun, bring some smiles, bring a little bit of banter, and also bring some stuff that's going to help you as well. There's a bit of education peppered through as well. I'm going to teach you some stuff about speaking gigs today and how to get speaking gigs. We've also got Jennifer about to join us for an awkward question. I don't know what she's going to be asking. We'll find out in a minute. And then we're going to be playing a game. We're going to be putting some of our rebels in the spotlight to play a game a little bit later on. So stay tuned for that, because it's a lot of fun. First and foremost, Caroline, can you tell everyone what this is and where they should put it?
What are we talking this? Sorry, I was
Yes.
just showing. Okay,
sorry. Away from the screen.
This is the rebel. This is the rebel emoji. And this is, look, we've got loads in the chat. For those of you who are on the Facebook, you can't see that we've got we have got a live audience here. So just to let you know, we have got like people with us and they're sharing in the Zoom chat the rebel emoji, and we'd love it if you are on the Facebook to also share the rebel emoji. And this is one hand of a rebel and this is another hand of a rebel, and they're making a heart sign. We did this before. Oh, we don't have to. Should we do it again?
I don't know. It doesn't really work.
Fine.
It doesn't really work.
But yeah, so we'd love it if you could share the rebel emoji in the chat everywhere, wherever you are. Also, if you are watching on our Facebook business page, we'd love it if you follow us. We love to be followed. Just follow us. We'd love that. Not literally. Like us. We are on a mission to get like properly monetizable. We've somehow monetized it. Not sure how. We've got subscribers, but yeah, regardless.
Yeah, we've got people subscribed, which is funny. We also get bonuses from Facebook that tend to be about 50p. We're mildly interested in cracking the code. My sort of drive to crack the code is so that I can teach other people about it. But it's just not a priority.
Like the first reward we got, we were really excited. We're like, wow, we earned 50p, and then they took it back. You remember that? Like, oh,
and then Facebook took it back. Can you imagine that? You earned your first 50p, and then they took it back. I was so upset.
So yeah, if you're on Facebook, we'd love it if you could follow us and like us, and also comment and share the rebel emoji. If you are on YouTube, because we're also streaming this to YouTube, click that notification bell, hit the like, and also subscribe. You'll be notified of when we're going live and mad in the future, and also give us the rebel emoji as well. I wonder if we've got anyone on the YouTube. This we've actually been getting some views on the YouTube. Which has been
on the YouTube.
The YouTube. That's what the YouTubers do. They call it the YouTubes. On the YouTube.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know about that. But yeah, wherever you may be,
just press a button.
Let us know that you exist. Let us know that you exist. Show yourselves.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome. This is the Rebellious Business Show. It's great to have you all here. And hello to everyone that's joined us in the live audience on Zoom. I've had a couple of messages over the last week about how our show page that you go to sign up to come and be in the live audience is doing some weird stuff. It's like promising things that didn't happen, that happened weeks ago, and had the wrong date on and all of that. We actually stopped promoting this show for a little while, like as a thing that people should come along to, because we have been bathing a big live change to it. I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident in it being something I would be glad to promote, which is super exciting. Yeah. And the page this morning has been fixed. By fixed, I mean there's a batshit crazy video of me at the top explaining what the show is which is just mental. So yeah, I mean, the show page is now fixed. And if anybody wants to register to come and be in the live audience of today's show or any show in the future, I'm going to drop the link in the chat on Facebook so that you can sign up to that. And yeah, there we go. Happy days. Right.
Like us, we are on a mission to get like properly monetized.
1 second, sign ups. Facebook's always muted until then, and it wasn't.
Just quickly, we have some rebel emojis. We've got some rebel emojis on YouTube. Stacey
I love that.
A rebel emoji on YouTube, and so did John Denley. And Nicola Howard caught us on YouTube, and she said, "Morning." She'll be with us on Zoom shortly. But she's right now helping us boost the algorithm. That is the spirit.
I love you, Nicola Howard. You are just, can I say, Nicola Howard is one of our OGs, OGRs, original gangster rebels. She was the first ever person to sign up for this show. It's bloody amazing. And she's still here with us and we love her. Right. Jennifer, where are you? It's time to pull Jennifer into the spotlight. And Jennifer has an awkward question to ask me and Caroline. Hello, how are you?
I've already got an awkward question. Ladies. Caroline, are you live from the garden centre?
Yeah, we have had a bit of a joke about the fact that every time you go live, you've got one more plant in your background. I like to keep it nice and simple with a happy little yucca.
Yeah, I do need to trim it.
Caroline's showing off. Look, the fact that they're all alive and looking incredibly healthy, it fills me with pride, because if that was my background, they would be dead. Probably.
That's just where they live. Anyway, so yeah, I'm live from my garden centre, which is in my house. They're not plastic. Look, see, you can see he needs a little haircut. Anyway, sorry, that's not relevant. So anyway, Jennifer. Sorry.
This morning.
Morning.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, your internet's a bit janky.
Oh, don't say that.
It's not too bad.
No?
What have you got for us?
I've got a question. I've got an awkward question. Are we ready? Let me just pull it up. 1 second. I've lost it.
Sorry. Whilst Jennifer is pulling that up, I will just let you know that this is something that we are inviting you to ask us questions around every single week. We're getting a bit of a backlog of questions, but Jennifer is cherry picking the juiciest ones on a weekly basis. Later on today, she will be putting a post into the Rebellious Business Network Facebook group explaining how you can get involved and ask an awkward question. There's just a little form that you can submit. You can put a name or a fake name. You can keep it anonymous if you want to. And then your question, and that's it. Job done. And then you'd make Jennifer's life easier because she's got some questions to pick from. But yeah, we will share that link with you in a bit.
But you have to be in the Rebellious Business Network in order to put us, what is it? Put us under the heat? No, put us on the heat.
Our paces. Under the spotlight. Under the heat lamp.
The heat is on. I don't know. Anyway, at least
right,
it's not
come on then. What's this question?
Okay, so this week we've got. I'm guessing this person wants to be anonymous, so it's Cindy, anonymous. What advice would you both give to friends considering going into business together based on your own experience?
Oh, okay.
Question. Good question.
A great question. Who's going first then?
Caroline.
Again, I knew you were going to choose me again. I've gone into we've had a few. I've had a few business associates, people that are friends, and it's not always been terrible. But I will say, I think Cordelia and I are. I'm making advice. We're going to advice. Oh,
do you want me to go first? I got something I could share on the subject that might give you a minute to ruminate.
Yeah, you go first. Yeah, you go first.
Okay, so I feel really strongly about this. Now, we hear a lot, don't go into business with friends or family. And we hear that a lot from other people. And I think that I just want to publicly call bullshit on that. Jennifer is my sister, Caroline is my best friend, and we are having the best freaking time. I genuinely believe that people have negative experiences, and then out of the kindness of their hearts, of course, they want to share that with others so others don't make the same mistakes. Do I think that that is then something that is a blanket rule across the board? Absolutely not. But it really takes a lot to be able to go into business with friends and family in terms of your own self-esteem, your own way of dealing with traumas and triggers, your own way of communicating, because it's not easy. And you need to be going into business with a friend that can also deal with all three of those things as well, in a way that isn't going to crush your relationship.
Yeah, so I think that's it. Basically, you need to have the deepest level of maturity and self-esteem. Like, if you take things to heart, you've got to learn to, well, firstly, you will find out what you take personally, and then you have to deal with that. Like, and then you have to, like, I think for me, it's just, I honestly just think it was such a luck of the draw, because it's made it they say, oh, like, I look back now and I think, wow, this could have gone terribly wrong. This could have ruined our friendship. Like, there have been so many tests on our relationship and friendship that could have gone awful. And the amount of everything that we both poured into it, we both had so much to lose by partnering with each other, so much to gain as well. And going into it, I didn't think how much there was for me to lose. I only saw what there was to gain. Now, coming a year and a half later, I'm like, I've gained way more than I ever could have imagined, but I had way more to lose than I really ever thought. And I am so glad that it's made our relationship 10 times stronger. But I just am like, that was just, I can't believe that we did that. It's amazing. So, and the way that it's been such an amazing journey has been because we check ourselves. Like we have this approach where it's like, if I'm pissed off about, at least I take this approach, I think you do as well. If I'm pissed off about something, it's in me. Like, we can communicate about it, but the pissed offness is in me, and I can talk to you about, and then Cordelia's got the maturity and the self-esteem and the space for me to say, this is what I'm upset about. And she's like she's not taking it personally. And she also she can also guide me to be like, it's not, oh, this is a you problem. It's like, she can guide me and be like, you need to go, you need to work on this on your own. And we can work in it coherently as a team, and vice versa. So it's really a case that you've got to just leave your ego at the door for yourself and the other person. And that is it. You've got to leave your ego at the door.
Yeah, really and truly. And it comes down to communication. It really comes down to communication. Yeah. I am so blessed because Caroline is someone that I can talk to. I don't know many people that I can say, like, I'm triggered and I'm feeling like this, and she's not taking that personally. She's going, okay, great. Well, thanks for telling me. Right, let's figure out why, and like and we dig into it. And it's almost like we're detached from it. We're feeling the emotion of it, but we objectify the problem and then figure out the problem as if it was an object rather than it being us. The reason why we do that is because Caroline has been my mentor when it comes to self-growth, self-development over the last few years. And especially in the last couple of years, we've been journaling together. At one point, like, you know, going through a period where we're like laid in bed, like both journaling at the same time, like both crying our eyes out, like getting stuff out of us that's unhealthy. And because we've gone through that process together, it's very easy for us to be able to like then understand each other and challenge each other and support each other and whatever. Do I think that it's easy to find someone that you can do that with? No. But do I think that you are the best person to know if a friend of yours is a good option to go into business with? Yes. And do I think that you are going to learn so much about yourself, about your friendship, about everything related to that partnership and about business, regardless of whether it goes well or doesn't, you're going to learn so much. Like, it's so worth going into it and trusting yourself if you think that that's the thing to do. So yeah, maybe me and Caroline are a bit of like unicorns in that sense, but that doesn't mean that it's impossible to find.
Yeah. So advice is, I think maybe first advice is, I don't know, because I was going to say don't throw everything into it, but like I'm glad we did. But it's just like, okay, yeah, check your ego. I love the thumbs up that Shazim's doing. Check your ego leave it at the door and allow the other person, like, leave your ego at the door and be in partnership with someone else who can do the same thing. And just also make sure they're passionate about what you're passionate in as well. Like, there's a bigger reason. Like, we are both passionate. We're both very much people. We both really, really want to bring people together. We both want to be surrounded by people. We really want to serve people as well. Like, those are things we really care about. Plus, there's other interests that overlap, that are like, we love creating content together, and we love doing stuff like that. So there's interests that overlap. It's interesting how that comes up second, right? The first thing we talk about is like the communication and the ego, and like that is the first thing. But like, realistically, we wouldn't have come together if we didn't have overlapping interests. So make sure you've got those overlapping interests and passions, but just know that is like a fraction of what is needed, and it's all to do with mature communication and leaving your ego. I say again, leave your ego at the door. Anyway,
I want to share a couple of comments that we got in the chat.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll leave out names just because, well, just in case they want to be anonymized. First person says, I gave loads of advice on this when I first heard you were combining. I've had several terrible outcomes from this with at least 3 different people. You have to have massive trust and ideally very clearly defined roles, boundaries, finance splits, etc. And above all, just like romantic relationships, lots of open, honest communication. All mine have failed because the other person was not being fully open and honest. It's so true. I just want to add there really briefly that it isn't marriage. It's like marrying someone. Like, that is how serious you should take this. It isn't marriage.
Yeah.
And treat it like a marriage as well. Treat the other person like you are married to them, you know, in a platonic way, obviously, but, you know, treat the other person like in the same way, communication wise, and bringing things up and discussing issues, and also taking the other person into consideration when you make decisions. That's something that I had to learn. I've been on my own for so long, you know, in business. Another person said, go on.
I want to get Jennifer's take afterwards, or what how she sees us, and about working with us as a dynamic. But yeah, let's get a few more comments. I love this.
One more comment is, one thing I picked up on from the utter clusterfuck that was my partnership was that I should have paid more attention to how they treated other people. It was all sunshine and roses when he wanted something from me. And then when that diminished, he treated me the way he treated everybody else. He mostly definitely did not leave his ego at the door. If anything, he weaponized it.
I want to add one quick thing there, where Cordelia, I find it very hard that Cordelia called me her mentor in that sense, but I will say that for me was a huge thing, in that you practice what you preach when it comes to treating people. You don't just talk about treating people well. I have a bit more of entitlement, and so I'm always like checking you for myself, so I can be a bit like, and you're like, come on now. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, you've got to be able to look to the other person as well for like a bit of a yardstick. So Cordelia's like my yardstick for, like, I think I treat people pretty well, but nurse, can't beat it. Bedside manner is just impeccable. So yeah, I do. You like, the way you treat people inside, outside, it's just, yeah, there's no disparity. So I like that as well. Anyway, I'll get off that. Have we got any more comments?
No more comments in terms of the Zoom chat. I don't know about over on Facebook. I don't think so. Jennifer, anything you want to add?
I just watching, since Caroline, since you joined the team, and just watching you two, your relationship has just gone from strength to strength, in business and in friendship, and I love it. I love watching it, and I love you two just bouncing off each other. And yes, there are times when you don't agree with each other, but you hash it out, and then at the end of it, okay, yeah, I can see why. Yeah, let's trial that. And it's always a test, isn't it? That you're always going to come across hurdles that you might not agree with, but you're in partnership, and things like that are going to happen. But I think we have come such a long way, and we're such a tight team as well. And I just have to say, it's like the best team I've ever been in, and I love it. I just love watching you two as well, and that's in friendship and in partnership too. So I think this was a really good question for people, because I feel people can go into partnerships together. They've started off as friends, and a lot of the times there is one person within that team that is more willing to put everything else in than the other person, and it's really hard, and a lot of the times they do fail. And I think you guys are a testament to show that you can do it, but you've got to put a lot of work into it at the same time.
Yeah.
So kudos to you two, honestly.
That is a great question, because it is something we're really, really, that is a big, big strength of ours.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And actually, well, really and truly, it's something that I really want for other people.
Yes.
And it does anger me that people are out there going, don't do that. It's a really bad idea. I'm like, what are you on about? Like, when you get it right, it is beautiful. Like, it is so nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also just want to shout out to everybody watching on the live stream. Hello, if you have just joined us, drop us this emoji in the chat to let us know that you are rebellious and up for connecting with other rebels, because that's what we do here. Jennifer, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Lots of love to you, my darling. And I'll see you in a minute, because you're in my house. I love you.
I know. I just want to say, I'll send the link out into the Facebook group, and I'll put it in the Zoom chat, but keep the questions coming in. And let's try and let's put an awkward one out for next week. All right. But yeah,
you'll see Jennifer walk past my stained glass window momentarily, so keep an eye on it and you'll spot her. Thanks, Jennifer. Lots of love.
Thank you.
Right, Caroline, let's zoom straight into it. Can you intro my next segment whilst I get the slides?
Yes. Okay. So I am going to introduce, she just told you that I was doing that. So basically, Cordelia is going to smoothly transition into the next part of the show, where we are going to give you some training. Now, we make this quick and brief and fast and actionable. So this is going to be, she's got 15 minutes. It might actually be a bit, maybe a bit less, might have to do it in 12, because we've gone a little bit over in the last section. And she's got 3 slides, 15 minutes. And she's going to talk to you about how to get your first and continued public speaking gigs. And Cordelia is the actual queen of doing this. I don't know anyone else who's got talent like this. This woman can get on any stage she sets her mind to. I won't give anything away, actually, because there's been some amazing opportunities as of late. But yes, if you want to know how to get yourself on stages, stay tuned. We need music. How are you getting on with your slides? You ready?
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Your time starts now. I don't know what it is. I'll find that out.
Thank you very much. Well, it's 10:56, ladies and gentlemen, and I would like for you to drop in the chat and let me know if you want to do more speaking gigs, if you want the opportunity to speak more online, on other people's platforms, podcast shows, channels, at digital events, and offline on stages, such as speaking at networking events, or speaking at business conferences, or just speaking in front of people. And I know that a lot of people find yeah.
Can you mute the audio on your laptop, because you've got a bit of echo?
Is it Jennifer? Jennifer, can you turn your volume down on your laptop? Oh, the perils of Zoom in the room. Cool beans. So look, let me see what we've got in the chat first and foremost.
Definitely.
Echo, definitely. You're echoing all of it. Definitely. Yes, yes. Ideally paid, even better. Yes, online. Yes, I'd love to now. Yes. Awesome. What we got over on Facebook? Anything? Guys on Facebook, come be chatty with me, please. I would love to. I've got the chat open here. Please do let me know. Do you want more speaking gigs? Because if you do, you're in the right place. So let me just share my screen and let's jump in.
It's on YouTube. Repping the YouTube side. YouTube's winning, guys. Definitely need to be speaking more. Big, grinny, smiley face.
Oh, YouTube chat. Love that. I haven't got the YouTube chat open. Thank you, Caroline. Okay, so look, I know that a lot of people want more speaking gigs because I have a lot of rebels in my life that I get the privilege of speaking to a lot. And speaking gives you a few things. I think the top three are that you build a lot of authority. When you speak on someone else's stage, it's like you're trusted by that person. And therefore, it builds authority for people that have not met you before, like instant authority, bigger trust in front of fresh faces. It then brings in leads that trust you more than someone that's just discovered you on Instagram and signed up for a PDF, or someone who's seen your ad, or there's because of that authority, the leads that come in off the back of it trust you a lot more, and you will make sales. You will make sales from it. Like if you have a marketing machine, if you have an online system set up, if you have emails, if you send offers out, you're bringing these people into your world and you are going to turn them into clients. Like it will happen very easily, maybe not instantly, but the people from speaking gigs that you've spoken at will come through to your world and are more likely to become clients because they're warmer and there's a lot of trust. And of course, it gives you the opportunity to get in front of crowds of new people, right? That's really, really key. Like, how can we get in front of and build relationships with crowds of new people in a way that is simple, effective, building a shitload of authority and gaining loads of trust? Public speaking, like there's nothing better. There really, really isn't. But they can be like mining diamonds, especially getting a big one or a really good one. They can be really difficult to come by. And it can feel like, where the hell am I going to get these speaking gigs from? Like, okay, Cordelia, it's all right for you. You've spoken at all these events, but like, well, maybe it's easy for you to get speaking gigs. But what about me? I haven't spoken at any events. Like, how can I demonstrate that I'm good enough to speak on someone else's stage, or that I am a speaker? Or how can I call myself a speaker if I haven't done any speaking yet? Well, this is what we're going to talk about today. So first and foremost, yes, this is a little mirage of a few pictures of me speaking on stages, but it didn't start here. It started a lot smaller. And I want you to think about this by starting small, okay? And start small and work your way up to bigger stages. And then paid speaking gigs. Do not cut your nose to spite your face by wanting paid speaking gigs. You will get paid indirectly from the speaking gigs you do, by number one, using them to leverage the opportunity to get more speaking gigs. And number two, building your audience with the people that are in the event. The benefit, unless you have Beyonce status, unless you have Beyonce status, it is more beneficial for you to speak on that stage than it is for that speaker, that organizer of that event to have you on their stage. The only way you're going to start getting paid speaking gigs is if you're going into corporates to do workshops, or going into corporate events to do, training and stuff. Or if you can sell the damn tickets because you've got Beyonce status, right? Marie Forleo, Ed Milet, they get paid a shitload of money to come speak on stage. Why? Because they sell tickets. And so you need to be able to sell tickets to get paid. However, you don't necessarily need to get paid, because if you're getting paid, that's great, but it's nothing in comparison to what you could earn from just being a little bit smart about how you leverage these gigs. The first big speaking gig I did, I converted half of the audience, like nearly 300 people, into leads on my email list, right? If I was to have paid for those leads with ads, we're going to take 300 and we're going to times it by 5. That would have been £1,500. Is that right? Can someone help me out? I've got maths anxiety.
Sorry, I was like doing other technical things. What was the sum?
300 leads times £5.
1,500.
Yeah, right. So it would have cost me 1,500 to get those leads on my email list. So you think about it like that. I had someone say to me, "Oh, I'm not doing speaking gigs unless I get paid anymore." And I was like, there was quite an entitled energy that came with that. And I was like, oh, that's really short-sighted. Because why would someone pay you right now? Like, it's more of a benefit for you to speak than it is for them to have you speak. So as much as I know it's great for us to have boundaries and standards, actually, if you just think about the opportunity outside the opportunity, there is so much more to be had from these speaking gigs than just the speaking gig itself. It's about the connections you make. It's about the authority you build. And it's about the continuation of that happens, the cascade, the ripple effect that continues from you documenting your speaking gigs. So that's what I want to say. Start small. So how do we do that? We go to networking events. So we go to small focus groups. And what you want to be doing is, if your audience are business owners, best thing for you to do is start going to networking events and make friends with the person running the networking events. The organizer. Make friends with the organizer. I've always been very good at this. I make friends with the right people. And in that, I'm then able to offer opportunities or offer things or gain opportunities because I've made friends with someone that has the keys to the castle, right? So if you are going to a networking event, figure out who's running that networking event, make friends with that person. And then you can say, look, I've got a really great talk on this, that, or the other. I would love to bring it to the network to teach people about this because I see this as something that they need. Then they can be like, yeah, that'd be great. When would you like to do that? Let's get you booked in. As an event organizer myself, I can tell you that someone who is organizing events where they're looking for speakers all the time, it's a grueling task. Like, if you can offer a talk that will then fill a slot and educate, inform, and entertain their audience for them, then they're going to love that. It's going to be really, really great. Just don't position it as, oh, I really want to improve my speaking and I'd love to get some speaking gigs. Can I please speak? Like, don't make it about you. Make it about their audience and what you can give to their audience. Yeah. Otherwise, they're going to be like, oh, I don't know. We don't really offer that as a service here. But yeah, so start small, go to networking events, make friends, and offer talks. The next thing you want to do is you really want to document and declare. Document and declare. Declare that you are a speaker. If you want to be a speaker on someone else's stage, you want them to trust you that you can come and speak on their stage, then you have to declare that you are a speaker. And I'll explain to you in a minute, like, how you can do that more if you haven't spoken on a stage before. I've got a really good tip for you. But declare yourself as a speaker. The week that I put I am a speaker on my Instagram profile, I got 5 speaking gigs booked in. 5. One of them was to go and teach disadvantaged children in London entrepreneurship. That was so much fun. I really enjoyed that. But you want to essentially make that declaration, and then you want to evidence it by documenting you speaking. So here, this is on Instagram, but you can do this on LinkedIn. You can do this on a business page. You can do this anywhere, because normally these places have pinned posts, or they have, you can put featured posts. This is on Instagram. I have trainer, speaker, coach, rebel on my Instagram page. And then there is a section here called speaking. And this highlight called speaking is just a collation of documented items where I've spoken. So at the beginning, that was like small things. Like, I was interviewed on someone's Instagram account and they made a little poster to promote it. And so I took that poster and I shared it on my own stories. And I said, whoa, look, I'm being interviewed. Come and join us. Here's the link. As I got more and more sort of opportunities, this then became like, oh, me promoting that I'm speaking on same stage as Marie Forleo, woohoo! Or like the feedback that I've got from speaking on stage, right? Like, so, but you can, at the beginning, just, even if you, this one here is me documenting. This is a what they called a time lapse, where I've set up a tripod on my desk and I've recorded myself delivering a tribe funnel talk to a friend's community. And then the reason why I've done that is so I can put that into my stories and demonstrate, look, I speak. This is what I do. I got some evidence of me speaking, and like, I speak at things. If you don't document that, nobody knows it happens, right? Because as amazing as Jose is, his social media reach for this event is not so big that because he's promoted it, like, every single man in the world is now going to know, man and woman in the world is now going to know that I'm a speaker. So you have to document this stuff. The more you document, the more you get. Write that down. The more I document, the more I get. Like, that is really, really important, because you want to demonstrate that you do this a lot. So declare you're a speaker and document every single speaking opportunity you get, regardless if that's being interviewed on someone else's Instagram account, interviewed on a podcast, if it's you doing a session into someone's private mastermind, if it's you speaking on an actual stage or speaking at a networking event. If they don't provide you promotional materials to share, take a picture of yourself doing it, or get someone to film you doing it so that you can share it, or just record a video going, hey, everyone, just want to say I'm really excited because today I'm going to be speaking at this event. I'm just on my way down there now. Just document it, okay? Because it's going to help you get more. How much of time, Caroline? $218. Oh, go on.
Sorry, you got to wrap up now, honey.
Okay, 218. What do you think that means? 218. Caroline, have you got any idea what that means?
It's not speaking gigs, is it?
It's the number of times we've gone live on Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. UK time. My third and final tip on this, on how to get more speaking gigs, is if you want to be considered a speaker, if you want other people to entrust you in front of their audiences and on their stages, you need to do a lot of your own speaking. I created my own speaking career by launching the Rebellious Business Network and Rebellious Business Show and speaking on it regularly every single week. And I've done that for 4 years. And I think that this has really, really helped when it comes to, you know, my recent big speaking gig with John Pemberthy at AdCon. He obviously went and checked out my socials. There's loads and loads and loads and loads of recordings of me on social media speaking, direct to camera, or on this show, or clips of this show, or me going live. If you want other people to trust you speaking, then you need to speak a lot. And the best place, the easiest place, instead of waiting for someone to give you permission, do it on your own social media accounts. Speak there, and speak there a lot. 218. This is episode 218 of the Rebellious Business Show. That is consistency right there. But also on top of that, not only have we done 218 episodes of the show, we've also done live webinars, live trainings, live this, live that. And I have just showed up over and over and over again. And I promise you, if you do that, if you show up regularly, if you start small, declare every networking event that you, every speaking gig that you get, if you then like continue with that and you stay consistent, you will get more and more speaking gigs. And I'm just going to finish on this. I know how important these speaking gigs are for every single rebel in our audience. Like, if some of you don't want to and you never will want to speak, it's just like the thing that causes you the most dread, and that's absolutely fine. But for those of you that really want more speaking, we really support our rebels as much as we can by kicking off this speaking career. And there are a couple of things, a couple of ways in which we do this. For instance, one thing is that every single week on this show, we spotlight some of our rebels to give them an opportunity to come and be a part of the Rebellious Business Show. If you are one of the rebels watching this and you are on the panel and you want more speaking gigs, or you are the rebel in the spotlight today and you want more speaking gigs, you need to be documenting it. Document that you're being asked to come and be on the show, because not that it's going to help us to promote the show. I mean, great, I love people talking about the show, but what it's going to give you is it's going to give you a bit of authority, or it's going to give you a bit of a like soapbox to stand on, say, I'm being asked to come on shows, right? That's great for building authority. So do that. The second thing is you want we've started last week this thing called the community calls, where on top of, you know, our rebels coming onto the show, we also have an opportunity for those of our rebels inside the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy who have a skill set that they can share to come and do some live trainings inside the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy for the rebels in there. If you have been asked to come and do that, you want to be shouting about it, right? Talk about the fact on social media, document it, that you've been given that opportunity, that you are doing some live training in the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy today and you're excited about it. Record yourself filming, ask us for the recording so you can share snippets of it, right? We want to support you with that as much as we can. And that is what this is all about. Rebellious Business Network was only ever designed to be a platform, and it is a platform for our rebels in the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy, which, by the way, if you want to join, not only on top of those two things, we also have some training on like getting yourself out there, on building your confidence in front of the camera and all kinds of things. And if you want to come and join us, we have an offer at the moment where our doors are currently open for £1, where you can come in on a £1 trial to just come and test out the academy and see if you like it. Caroline, can you add yourself in the spotlight? Because I feel really lonely.
Hey, oh, it's just me now.
Oh, you swapped.
Oh, there we go. Hello, fabulous, well done.
£1 trial.
Yep, love that.
Can we drop the link?
I don't have the link. Which one's the link?
Oh, it's at the top of the chat before anyone joined. I'll grab it and share it.
Oh, okay, right.
Just to give everyone a heads up of how this works. So this is a new thing. We're currently building this to talk about at the networking event tomorrow. And so there isn't at the moment an automated email hooked on the back of this page. But what I'll do is I'll share the page with you. What will happen is if you want to go and grab this £1 trial, put your details in. It's here, Caroline, Jennifer. Could someone drop that on YouTube and Facebook?
Got it.
That £1 trial, you put your details in, and then on the next page, it will take you to create your account inside our portal. Okay, so that's the cart page. It will take you to the account creation. And then from there, you will create your account. It is free access. Sorry, it's a £1 access even. You charge date for that when that rolls into a membership of £99, unless you cancel, and it's cancel anytime. So the trial ends 17th of August. It will be £99. So you've got between now and the 17th of August to get access to this for £1. And the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy, if you want more details about what it is, you'll find it on our website. I'm just knocked this together because I thought, actually, really and truly, it'd be really great to give you guys access to this. If you're wanting more support with public speaking, come and join the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy. We've actually got John Drinkwater today doing a session on impromptu speaking, which is very relevant. But yeah, so anyway, that's what I recommend you do. And then we will be talking about that more on tomorrow's networking event. But for now, I better wrap up, shut up, and let's move on to the next segment.
I don't know why I've got like the beat. I think that's actually Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah, that did sound like that.
Yeah, it is. Amazing. Thank you, Cordelia, for sharing that information. That is very, very valuable. I think we've got a lot of people saying that they wanted to get more speaking gigs, and we even had one on YouTube. I think I already read that. So we're going to move on sharpish to the next part of the show, which is my favorite part. It's Rebel in the Spotlight. So for all of you that just heard, wait till I've finished at least. All right, so Rebel in the Spotlight.
No.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
That's not what I was expecting. Okay, so we have Rebel in the Spotlight next. And we have not yet synchronized sound effects that we are going to do, or music. So here we go. Right, we pulled out Liam. We have to be sharp on this one because we haven't got long. Liam is at this week's Rebel in the Spotlight. I'm just going to pull up Liam's bio. So Liam works with business owners to help harness the power of technology to automate their lead generation while eliminating tech overwhelm. This is Liam. He's one of the rebels of the Rebellious Entrepreneurs Academy, and I'm going to share the link to his lead magnet in the chat right now. So if you guys would love lead magnet, link to his freebie. If you guys would love to speak to Liam, check out that link, and he will help you with your automation. We also have Heather, who looks very brown. Heather, let me get this up. Sorry. Online presence consultant, passionate about getting service-based businesses online. She also runs a successful group for newbie entrepreneurs to help them get ahead in their first two to 3 years of business. So we also have a link for you to join Heather's group. Is this for your group, Heather? Just to clarify.
Yeah.
Oh, and I also have now got so that's the link in there to join Heather's group, 78 Designs. It's great. She also goes live every single week, so you can really get to know her. We also have Mrs. Tash Farrell, who I've not seen in a little while. I'm so glad to see your face, Tash. She's been so flipping busy. Sorry, darling.
I've been absent without leave. Sorry about that.
Absent without leave. Tash is a visibility coach. She has 25 years experience as a commercial artist, and she's a branding expert. She helps you get ahead in business, and she has a free community, which will be, by doing the free community, the first 10 members of this community will get a free personal brand audit. So this is the launch of a new community. Is that right, Tash?
The Quietly Ambitious.
The Quietly Ambitious Facebook group. I am sharing this in the chat now. So if you are one of the first 10 to join that, you will get a free brand audit. So I'm going to stick that all over the place as well. That's YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Zoom, all over the place. And yeah, Tash is she's got amazing energy. I want to get through these. They all have amazing things to say about Ria, but I don't think we can prioritize that at the moment because we've got to get a wiggle on. And Mark, of course. Mark is a DJ coach. Mark helps aspiring DJs get out of their bedroom and into paid gigs. He helps them with visibility. And this applies to skills. It applies to branding and marketing. And we would love to encourage you to follow Mark on his socials. He actually sometimes has the odd A-lister engaging with his content. So he's practically an A-lister himself, basically. So yeah,
it is. In fact, he was just did a massive gig as well, which was bloody awesome. I wish we had time to talk about all these things. We are on.
We might be able to afterwards.
Yeah, hopefully we will have time to afterwards. So what's going to happen now then is that Liam is our rebel in the spotlight. He has prepared a statement that he is going to be sharing and then giving us a little bit of context on. Then our panel, Heather, Tash and Mark, have 2 questions each to try and figure out if Liam is either lying or telling the truth. We're going to leave them for a couple of minutes to confer amongst themselves and come up with a mutual decision to decide whether he is lying or telling the truth. And then we will be bringing Liam back onto the screen to announce whether he was indeed lying or telling the truth. And if Liam is the winner, he will stay on another week. If he does not manage to win this session, then our panel will hopefully stay on for another week, or they will just have a green pass to come back next time. And also, by the way, just to say, just a little sneaky behind the scenes ad in here, we're currently in the process of figuring out the best way to take the recording of these shows and split them into 3 segments. So this is going to be a published segment of its own soon. And I know that Liam, because he's been 3 weeks on the trot on this show, I had a call with someone the other day that I hadn't met before, and they knew who Liam was because they've been watching the show. So it's a great opportunity. Keep coming back because you get to be a pillar of the community. You get well known amongst the rebels. We have a lot of people watch the replay, but even better when we publish as a standalone segment and get it out there as well. So no pressure, guys, no pressure whatsoever. Welcome. It's great to have you. Shall we crack on and get this kicked off? Liam, what is your statement today?
Okay, so sorry, excuse me. The statement today is, I once wandered off in a theme park holding the hand of a random guy.
Sorry, I like that. Okay. Cool. And what we're going to do, what we did last week, which I think worked pretty well, is we asked you to elaborate on that statement. So basically, panelists, you have to determine whether this is true or false. Did Liam walk off in a theme park holding a random guy's hand? Was that right? Random guy's hand. Okay, Liam, spin the yarn. Tell us about what happened.
Yeah, so I was a preteen at the time. We were at the theme park with my family and another family, which were family friends. I guess I just got excited because we were there, and yeah, just ended up walking off with this, holding this random guy's hand.
Okay. Amazing. Not amazing. Don't do that at home, kids. Cool.
We're going to hand over to the panel to ask a question. I want you guys to be thinking what question you would want to ask and drop that in the chat, because that can A, help the panel, and B, once the panel have used all their questions, we will pick a question from the audience to ask Liam to just help the panel that little bit more. But that's the most that we're going to help them, because we also want to support Liam too. So
although I kind of, get him off the podium. He's reigning champion so far.
Yeah, Liam is our champion of this game.
Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. It's gone wrong.
Oh God, guys, no.
Okay, so who's got a question?
Anyone got a question?
Heather.
Whose hand did you think you were holding?
My dad's.
Okay, Tash.
Who noticed first, you or the random person? I mean, hopefully he's not a serial killer, but I've got 4 sons. This terrifies me. I'm gonna have nightmares about this.
From what I've been told, the guy noticed first.
More from what you've been told. So
before I noticed, if that makes sense.
Say that again, Liam. So from what you've been told, the guy noticed first.
Yeah, and just let it carry on until I noticed.
Faster.
And let it carry on until you noticed. Okay.
What year is this?
I'm so scared now.
It was early 90s.
The early 90s.
Right,
yeah,
what I will recommend, panelists, is some open questions. So right now we're giving him, what year was it? He can answer 1990s. Who noticed first? The guy. What I would recommend asking some open questions so that Liam has to give details. That's just my recommendation, but it is completely up to you. And I am going to be not asking any of the questions in the chat so far because they are terrible.
Apart from Paul. Paul just dropped a great one.
Okay.
But it's Heather next. Coming over
on
to
the
you.
Facebook.
Oh, I'm actually going to take some of the questions are pretty good. And I think from the in the chat, not all of them, but yeah, I think I'm going to take Paul's question. What did the guy do when he noticed?
Again, well, I didn't notice because, like I said, he noticed before me. From what I've been told, he looked over his shoulder and obviously saw my parents walking very close behind, keeping an eye on the situation.
Okay.
Getting a great picture of your parents, Liam, for the submarine story. For those of you that 2 weeks ago, Liam told us about what happened on a submarine. But yeah, okay, cool. Who's next?
Tash.
Okay, so as a parent yourself,
Yep.
how do you feel about this situation now? If it was true,
If it happened today, it wouldn't happen today in today's society. But the 90s was a very different place. I think we all agree that, things that we used to do as kids, you'd never do now.
And that you're okay with going to a theme park again? It's not traumatized you?
No.
Oh, that's another question, Tash.
sorry.
Oh, Caroline, do we let a second question in?
We'll let it in because it was quite flowy. I like the flow. Good conversation. Okay.
I have no problems with theme parks these days at all.
Cool.
What was the sort of situation? Where were you coming from going to? Just got off a ride full of adrenaline or
Exactly that, and I was ready for the next ride. So you know how you just full of that adrenaline buzz and you just right, grab a hand and go because you're your concentration's over there on the next ride.
Yeah. Okay. Has everyone had 2 questions now?
think so.
Yeah, everyone's had 2 questions.
so too.
We did have a good question. though. Where was it? Okay. Shall I ask it?
Or yes.
I like the question from Paul Lander, personally.
Didn't we just have that one?
No, he's done another one.
Oh. Why didn't your parents say something straight away?
Do something. Why didn't they do something straight away?
Good question. I've no idea. Like I said,
Come on the show. We need to speak to them.
But,
Yes.
The only thing I can put it down to, and this relates obviously to they wanted to let me go, is one of the previous stories, the submarine story, is that previous to that, I grew up on an island where there was no crime. So
I'm so sorry. I just cracked up at Martin's comment, which was that they wanted to let you go. And it's quite an endearing comment, but I don't even know why it's funny, but it just cracked Caroline, me, and Jennifer up.
I think it's because every parent has once turned around to somebody and said, "Do you want a free child?"
Okay. I've loved this. The chat has been very enthusiastic. We've even got someone voting on the Facebook whether they think you're telling the truth or not. We've got one final comment, which is no refunds, returns only. So yeah, okay. I love this. Right, panelists, we are going to run away. Cordelia, myself, and Liam, and we are going to let you deliberate. We're going to give you a minute and a half. If you need more, we'll add more, but we're running short on time. So we're going to be snappy. I'll get rid of me.
Just to let you know, and I know I'm coming in as a random voice and not on screen anymore, but I'm about to hold a stopwatch up. I think it's been 268 hours since the last Rebellious Business Show, because that's what it currently says on my stopwatch.
Let's keep it going.
I'm going to reset that to 0. And if you guys can see me, you'll be able to see the clock. If you can't, then you'll just have to
get me off. Why am I here?
There we go. On your marks. Get set. Go.
What do you think?
Honestly, I think it could be true because I've done the exact same thing.
I've done the same, but I don't think my parents have been party to it. That's the bit that freaks me a bit.
Oh no, my mum thought it was hilarious.
Oh, really?
Well, I was in Indonesia. I was a blonde child and I was holding the hand of an Indonesian lady who's kind of looking at me like, what's happening? And my mum was behind me, pissing herself laughing, thought this was hilarious. Like, what does she think she's doing? So I don't know. It could be Sixth Sense of Humor, also a completely different generation. So I believe that it could be true. But you didn't give enough details.
We should have asked if he had siblings, actually. Because then they'd be like, oh, it's just one. We've got the other two. Yeah.
The heir and the spare type situation.
Changes the gravitas a little bit, doesn't it? So, it's definitely, I don't think it's a true situation. I thought I was holding my granny's hand for a good couple of minutes while we were walking up Park Street, and everyone behind me thought it was absolutely hilarious. And like we say, it's the 90s.
Yeah. I think I've done that I think my mum used to spend like 3 days in Marks and Spencer's. So I would just...
Few seconds, guys.
So, yeah, I think it's probably doable.
I'm going to go true. I'm going to vote with true.
I agree.
Yeah, me too.
And 2, because it's the kind of thing that would happen in a crowded theme park.
True too. See what I did there?
Okay. All right. Does that mean we've got a mutual decision? We're happy?
It's unanimous.
It's unanimous. Right, hang on a minute. I've got a sound effect for this. 1 second. Liam, is it true or false?
I'm glad to know I'm not the only idiot that's done it.
Oh, you are. Well done.
And you survived to tell the tale, luckily.
I said it was the 90s. There was
People
no
used to say that about the 60s. Are we now old enough that we now talk about the 90s as though they were the 60s?
Apparently the 90s is vintage now.
When you see some of the memes and stuff where it's like the 90s are as far away as the 70s were from the Second World War and stuff like that, it's like, you think the 90s, that's 30 years ago.
Really good. We're kind of midway through the 20s now. It's going to protest then, but you are right. Okay, well, that's a nice way to make everyone feel old, but no,
thanks, Liam.
Liam's not a roll. Liam's been the panelists win.
Panelists win.
Liam has been knocked off of.
Hang on, well, how long was Liam's streak? Liam, was that 3 or 4?
3rd week,
3. So we are currently, you guys have got a 3-week streak to beat. Okay, Now, we would love Heather, Tash and Mark to come back next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Please, if you can. If you can't, that's all right. You've just got a green pass to come back at the next available one. But this is a game of winner stays on. So if you can come back, please do.
And please, but just let us know as soon as possible, because we do run around like headless chickens trying to wrangle up a panel. So yeah,
I'll come back for sure.
I love it. And
I'd love to. We've
got Martin and Paul here. And I wonder if one of you two want to be our Rebel in Spotlight next week. I'm putting it out there. Paul, I think you'd be good. Martin, I also think you'd be really good. Let us know. Let us know. Jennifer will be in touch to ask. Caroline, I think that's a wrap.
That is a wrap. We've got to wrap up because Mark has business to attend to, so we're going to let him at least depart as soon as possible. It's very
Let's wave to Mark and let him go immediately. Lots of love to you, Mark. Love you loads.
Thank you so much. We also had Mickey T on the Facebook who said this person thought that Liam was lying. You got it wrong, Mickey T. But yeah, so basically to summarize, we've got a bunch of rebellious people. Terrible. But we'd love you guys to join us in the Rebellious Entrepreneurs Academy. You can meet these rebels in virtual person. We don't do so many human to human meetups yet, but that is on the agenda. But we would love to welcome you into our exclusive community, into the WhatsApp group and onto our platform, which has all of the things you need to go from 0 to 6 figures. That's our sort of that's what we've provided for you. We've got strategies in there, marketing strategies that enable you to do that. But it's just the tip of the iceberg for what you can get in there. And as Cordelia said today, we've even got training in there on how to get booked for speaking gigs, because she's the queen of that. So we're sharing in the chat one more time to join our membership for £1 until the 17th of August. Click on this link, you sign up. Whether you join today, whether you join next week, it will still be £1 until the 17th of August. That's the end of our NABA Client Challenge. Doors shut on, well, actually the doors shut on this earlier than that, but I can't remember the date right now. But if you join now, until the 17th of August, it's just £1. Anyway, I'm leaving. You guys have been great. Good night.
Bye.
Love you guys. Have an amazing day. Bye.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
Jennifer's finding the